Where am I to blame? Because I was blaming. I was upset at someone else, and I'm blaming that person.
Welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono with Alexander Noman.
Aloha, Alex here. And it just hit me, and it's going to be less than 3 months. I'll be, given I am still here, my 70th birthday. And so when I thought back to, I was 20 years old, that's 50 years. It was 20 that I was first confronted with my anger issues, which I denied wholeheartedly. Not me. Ever since then, in a growing way, I have more and more embraced the work on myself and eventually working with others until I became a facilitator. And I never really, I shouldn't say never, I grew to a place of what, even with this Ho'oponopono, which doesn't use a facilitator with this, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. It's the old original Ho'oponopono did use a facilitator, which did confront the inflated ego. So many platforms through the years have converged to make up this Malama Aloha Pono without necessity of a facilitator. But it didn't happen without that experience. And this quote, "The data is she's crazy," comes from when I was doing that facilitation and facilitating a facilitator. A facilitator with more experience than I had, but had not moved. I had moved up into a training position. He was not doing that where I was in that place of movement. And I had seen that people training were skipping over and trying to make themselves look like, okay, I'm going to do this well and see what I look like to others. It's like, that's not what it's about. So I developed a prompter card. And every time I would do it, I would model it so that even though I didn't need the card, I would read it verbatim from the card, because I don't care what I look like. It's help the person. That's what it's about, is help the person. But other people were like, well, I want to look like I know what I'm doing and that I'm cool and all that kind of stuff, of course. So this, and I found the resistance. They just, even if they would hold the card, they wouldn't look at it. So the very first line on the card said, this is a mirror that the person sitting across, because there's a circle of people, the person you're sitting across that have the issue with is a mirror. This is not about them. That's number one. even if you don't get it, even if you're not aware of it, we'll get to that point, but we need to have that understanding up front. Okay. Number 2, let's separate the data from judgment, which is 2 and 3. Data first, then judgment. That was the most difficult thing to happen, but what came clear was if the person had a charge, was feeling the emotion, good luck with that. So when I went to work with this facilitator, that charge was in full bloom. And that's when I heard this quote. The data is, she was talking about her significant other. She's crazy. And everybody knows that, he said. And it's like, there was no budging from there. Since there could not be a separation, that was not data, that was a judgment, and he's saying, no, that's not a judgment, that's data, that she's crazy. No more, could not go any further with the card, without the card, where other people, other facilitators that earlier were there, were trying to get him to go further, and they're going, why won't it work? Why won't it work? And I'm like, they finally pulled me in, and I'm going, well, it can't work. They're saying you have to take him further, and I'm going, I cannot take him further. If that's the issue right there, then it's not to be done. It's not going anywhere. So for me, to what I learned from that in today, okay, I didn't even know. This is it. Because this was just a few weeks ago. In all my years, I'm in my 14th year of sobriety, I haven't had an urge to drink. I've worked hard, and just a few weeks ago, I pull in. I think I even said something about this, and I back in, and I didn't turn the car off. I was upset. Something had happened. I won't get into it, but I was even in denial. No, I'm okay. I had a charge. That's what it's called, that emotion. I didn't turn the car off. I backed in, the nose was pointing out, and I saw the vision of the end of the driveway, turn left, the light, turn right, liquor store on the left. When I told someone about it, he said, oh, did you feel that desire in the body? It's called that, I can't remember the word for it, but that urge to drink. And I said, no, it wasn't that, because I didn't have any alcohol in me. It was the obsession of the mind. It was all the mind going, I know what to do with this. I had not contended with that. The car was still running. And I picked up the phone. I had never had to do that, pick up the phone, and tried to call 3 different numbers, and none of them picked up in my AA list. Uh-oh, what do I do now? This was no time, just like for that man. He had the charge in his body, no way for him to see the difference between data and judgment. No place for me to sit there and go, oh, I know, I'll do some work. I'll go in and do some writing, because I couldn't get through. all I knew to do was turn the car off. Just turn it off. And go in. And all I heard was my sponsor's word, "This too shall pass." It took 2 hours, but of just being with it, breathing, doing a little thing here, a little gentle time going by, and it finally, after 2 hours, I was in a place that I could start doing some writing on those questions in segment 3 or page 67 in the book of Alcoholics Anonymous. I use that for step 10. Where am I selfish? Where am I dishonest? There was something dishonest going on in that realm of data. Not because I'm totally in judgment. I'm way confused. Where's that pride grabbing me? And that fear? Answer. They came out. Where am I to blame? Because I was blaming. I was upset at someone else, and I'm blaming that person. And it ended up being from something way in the past. Very familiar, that feeling. So it wasn't the immediate thing, because it was old. I'm fortunate, so fortunate. So when they say this, they say it so often I hear the news. I have the data of the new opinion poll that just came out. It's like 52% say this. I laugh. Oh, the data, huh? That's the data. An opinion poll. It's so tricky. It's so tricky. The addiction to opinion and judgment, for me, me, and how dangerous it is. Until next time, aloha.